Hello, everyone. Are we live? Let's see who is here. Oh my goodness, we've got Georgina was here. Making alterations on some sundresses for a friend's trip to Mexico. Terry. Hey Terry, hey Georgina, Kathleen Kendall. Hello down there in Unity, Maine. Kathy is here. Glad to have a What's Up Wednesday. Me too. Giovanna, hello to you. And Jill. Let's see, Judy is here from London, Ontario, Canada. Good to have you. And Denise is here from Northeast Scotland. We know with the time differences, that's not always easy, so I appreciate that. Lori is here from Quilting in the Country. I haven't seen you in a day or two. Good to see you. And there's Deb S., the Pug Mama Quilter. We were talking birthdays last month. Yes, you were one of them. Happy belated birthday. Let's see. Joy T is here and Butterfly Queen. Hello, ladies. And Lisa, one of our blue wrench holders, as is Terry. They're both here. Oh, and she says the gang's arriving before our fearless leader. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Yes, welcome to everyone. Betty Cummings is here. Lynn, Mary. Let's see. I think that's everyone that so far. I know there are many of you out there lurking, and that's fine. I hope everyone can see and hear me okay. I haven't seen any complaints written, so I'm going to go with that. So hello from beautiful northern Maine, where it is pouring rain and has been all morning. I think it was raining in the night as well. Hi, Sandra Kay. Oh, Terry says, Lisa, we arrived first so Marie can make an entrance. Thank you for that, Terry. Well, I guess thank you all for that. Is that what it is? It's the entrance? And Katie Crafts is here. I think I said hello to you, Sandra. I'm sorry, it goes so quickly. Hi, Melanie. Good to see you. Okay. I made a quick note because at first this morning I was right on the ball and I had everything lined up and ready. And then I kind of fell to the wayside a little bit, but we're good. We're good. So it is 51 degrees Fahrenheit. I didn't have time to check the Celsius. And it said it felt like 46 with wind chill. Now, yesterday, or was it the day before? It was 80 here. And it was a humid 80. Miserable. Didn't want to cook anything. Didn't want to do anything because it was just way too warm. A few days before that, it had been 30 degrees. Yeah, that's Maine weather. And I'm sure some of you live in an area that is similar. The temperature can really change. I have a new charging cable, and it's got all the different ends on one. This one I have all like with an elastic because it's a transfer cable, but it looks like my iPad charger, and I kept plugging it in expecting it to charge. You know, why not? Let's see. Terry says she has a pooch on her lap. She says, I need to move. My bones are creaking. Yeah, welcome to that club. Okay, so thank you to my moderators. Thank you, ladies, very much for all the help you provide. I really appreciate it, and I know that all of my subscribers do as well. I appreciate every little minute that you give so that we can do this live stream. We really appreciate you girls. And Laura is here. She says, hello, everyone. I'm actually at the airport waiting for my flight to visit my granddaughter, who will be 2 this weekend. Well, I hope you have a wonderful time. Safe travels, fun travels, you know, no screaming people on an airplane. I see these videos of people having to be taken off a flight because they get noisy or something. So I hope your traveling is smooth and you enjoy that grandchild and the whole visit. I'm sure you'll be seeing more than just the grandchild, but you know what I mean. Terry said, "You're welcome, Marie." Well, I do appreciate you girls. And there is Honor. We've got 3 wrench holders here today. My goodness, we got a whole toolbox full. Hi, Honor. It's a high honor to have you here. See what I did there? Thank you also to Kimberly from My Fabric Addiction. She sponsors our weekly fabric giveaway. I feel like I'm short sitting here. I'll move my camera a little bit. She features our weekly fabric giveaway. Now, if you're new here, what it is you leave a comment below the video, not here in the live chat, but underneath the video after we're done. You write a comment with the word fabric. Now, that is if you live in the continental United States and you haven't won anything from my channel in the past 90 days. Okay, so if she could ship internationally, I'm sure she would. It's not cost effective. I mean, postal costs have gone through the roof, as I'm sure many of you know. Hi, Pearl. She says, "Good morning from Southern California." Well, we're glad you're here. Let's see who else is here. Sandra is here. Hello to you, Sandra. Is this your first time in the chat? We're glad that you're here. Okay. So I was going to go next it's our first of the month What's Up Wednesday, which means it's a reminder. Now, some of you don't need this reminder. Some of you may only need one of the reminders, or maybe you're like me and you just always need a reminder or a list for anything. So if you haven't changed your sewing needle lately, you probably should. If you haven't cleaned the dust from your machine, you probably should. If your machine needs to be oiled, and not every one of them do, but if your machine takes oil, maybe give it a little attention. This is just your first of the month reminder in case you haven't done it. But, so many of you are more organized than I am, so I'm going to bet that you're right on the ball. Janice is here. Hi, Janice. I was worried I was missing some of the chat, but I guess I do have it set to live chat. At the very top of where everyone is chatting, it will say top chat or live chat or something like that. If you make sure that you have clicked on live chat, you will see all the messages. Okay? Okay. Let me see. Oh, they were asking, where's Lisa with an I? Yes, she has lunch with her husband from 12 to 1. So when I changed the time to noontime, it kind of makes it impossible for her to be here, and I felt terrible. But I had already told you guys that it was going to be at a certain time, so she said, don't worry. And we've got the other mods that fill in, and Lisa Marie does take care a lot on Facebook as well. So, yes, but Lisa Marie is busy at noontime every day, and that's on me. All right, let's see. Awkward Quilter GA. Yes, Lisa is saying that Lisa is having a special event this evening, and she just posted a link in the chat area. Honor Marie, thank you. I'm not going to read that. Thank you. And Giovanna says, that is if you've used the machine. Yeah, I understand that one, Giovanna. Jill said she had trouble getting back on. Sorry about that, Jill. Okay, so Happy Mail. Have I received Happy Mail? Yes. Would you like to see it? Oh, you would? Okay. In order that I received it, okay? All right. Now, this is not the original packaging. Let me just say that a lot of times whoever is the seller of things on Amazon or anywhere will have it in nice packaging, like a reusable plastic container that snaps shut, and you think, oh great, I'm going to be able to reuse that. Except in the warehouse, the Amazon worker, understand, very busy, they put it in a bag instead of a box or something that would protect it. So Trinette Brewer bought some key fob hardware for me that I had on my Amazon wish list. It came in a wonderful rectangular plastic package that snapped shut, that was cracked on 3 of the 4 corners, broken right off. I was thinking, it would have been nice to reuse it, as well as I hate to waste product. That's just going to go in a landfill somewhere, and I'm just very, Anyway, so thank you very much, Trinette Brewer. These are, as I said, they've been on my Amazon wish list, and I put them on there. I didn't even think they'd stay, how do I want to word it? I thought they would sell out because it's very difficult to find, which one is it here? The rainbow colored ones. I have a harder time finding these. And normally when I get them, they don't have the key ring on there, but these ones did. So there was a rose gold and the rainbow, and I think they called this one gunmetal, and there was black and silver in there. So thank you very much, Trinette. Okay. And, let me catch up on the chat. Thank you, Georgina. Hi, Tootie. Tootie says, good day, everyone. It's been a while since I caught a live. Yes, and I didn't have one last week. I apologize to everyone for that. Giovanna, you're so right, Marie. Yeah, it can be a while, can't it, Giovanna? Okay, so I received a package the other day, and my aunt had sent me something, and I didn't know it was coming, and it totally brought tears to my eyes, because those days when you just need to pick me up, and it could be anything. It could be someone giving you a smile or saying hi or whatever it is. Well, my aunt knows that I like fall, and she knows I love fall decorations. And this says, I love fall most of all. And it doesn't hang on the wall. It's a shelf-sitting sign. Is that not adorable? When I called to thank her for that, she said that she really liked it. Whoops, I had the leaf backwards. I apologize. She liked it, but she said that she wished that the leaf were more colorful. But to me, I just really love this. So she knows what her name is. She knows who she is. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. And I've had it sitting over here. Whoops. Over there. But I took it off the shelf so that I could show everyone. All right. And thank you very much, Honor. She's asking, can we get some more thumbs up? I appreciate all the thumbs up. I really do. And thank you for the reminder, Honor. I can't talk today. Lisa says, I reused the clamshells from the bakery. Perfect size, especially for 2.5-inch squares. There you go. See, we're thinking in the same way, Lisa. Yes. Betty says, I love that. Thank you, Betty. I do too. And then, now, a few weeks ago, I'm going to say 2 or 3 What's Up Wednesdays ago, I wore my black t-shirt that says My Fabric Addiction. Well, when Kimberly from said My Fabric Addiction saw that t-shirt, she said, you need a new t-shirt because I've lost weight. So in the package that I'm about to show you, she sent a new Dusty Rose My Fabric Addiction t-shirt. So thank you, Kimberly, for the t-shirt. This is the first time I'm wearing it, is on the live stream. Thank you very much. And if you guys are interested in this or any, I think she has 3 different She has a t-shirt, a sweatshirt. Yeah, she has 2 different t-shirts, if I remember right. And I could be remembering wrong. But I think the other one says, I smell fabric. I know I said it a couple weeks ago, but it kind of slips my mind. But she sent that. And then she sent me a stack of scraps. Look at the pretty scraps. There's everything. There's some, I use this for my backdrop. Today I took a picture of it and put my What's Up Wednesday link to it. But there are just some beautiful scrap fabrics here. So again, thank you, Kimberly. Oops. She never fails to spoil me with, a couple of charm packs. Those nice. This one is called Love and Cheer. And this one is Emmett and Ivy. Both beautiful. So those are my Happy Mail things, items. Thank you, everyone. So thank you to my aunt, thank you to Trinette, and to Kimberly. All right, let's see. Hi, Sherry. I missed you coming in. She says, hello, Marie and everyone. Hello to you. We're glad you're here. I said Sherry. Is it Cherry? I'm sorry. Laura says, love the new t-shirt. And yes, thank you. And Honor says, Kimberly is a sweetheart. She really is. She is so kind-hearted and always busy. I don't know how she does it, but she's always busy. And Mary G says, nice color t-shirt for you, Marie. Thank you. And the thing I wanted to say is, on the website, it looked more pink. To me, it looked like a really pink. And this is a dusty rose kind of pink, so I really like it. I mean, I would have liked the regular pink too, but I really like this color. And Lori says, pretty t-shirt, love the color, thank you. Oops, it's scrolling past me here. We got a wow from Terry. Processing potatoes for the freezer, says Georgina. She's always busy girl, isn't she? Giovanna says she's jelly. Laura says, yeah, scraps. Honor says, gorgeous fabrics. Betty said, oh my, that's a great gift. Yes, it really is. And beautiful fabrics. Yes, I agree. And Janice says, Kimberly is great. I just got a package from her this week. Yes, it's happiness in a package, isn't it? That's good, Janice. Jill says, I was just thinking that you looked like you lost a lot of weight. Yeah, I've lost almost 50 pounds, actually. I'm just shy of 50 pounds since Christmas time. Just after Christmas. Yeah. So, but thank you. Okay, so when I posted last Wednesday that I couldn't do a What's Up Wednesday last week, I said I would like to try to do a live stream over this past weekend, which I wasn't able to do. I apologize. It's just, sometimes life happens, and, it's no different than you saying, oh, I'm going to go to the grocery store on Thursday afternoon, but then life gets in the way and it doesn't happen. So I'm going to try for it again this weekend. It's just going to be a sew and chat kind of thing. I have some projects I need to work on. I did finish up those postcards, the autumn postcards. I did put a couple in the mail, but I'll give you a quick view here of the ones that I did. I thought they turned out a little too busy, but it is what it is. Whoops, I never know how to put this for the camera. You'd think after all this time I'd figure it out. And there. Except for the ones I sent out. Now, a project you may or may not have made with me back when I did the tutorial. I made these notebook covers. I know mine is scrappy and not everyone did them scrappy, but this was with some Tula Pink scraps that I had, made with a composition notebook. Now, I did do a different tutorial with a regular spiral bound notebook, but I liked this one much better. It's just quicker, more straightforward. The only problem is I don't care for composition notebooks, because when you tear out a piece of paper, the next one just kind of falls out, right? Because they're not spiral bound. Well, I hadn't thought about it before, but I thought the other day, I wonder if they make spiral bound composition notebooks, because we'd be dealing with the same size, so I wouldn't have to change the pattern any. Well, they do. Now, first off, let me say that at back to school time, you can get a composition notebook I think right now, 50 cents a piece. Regularly, you're still not going to pay $2 for them. They're a cheap notebook. I found some on Amazon, and it was, I believe it was $9.99. I'm going to put the link below. It's just I ran out of time and didn't get it done. But you get 4 of them, and I believe it was $9.99. So they are more expensive, but for me, it's worth it to not have the pages fall out when I make a notebook cover. So I will link that below after we do our live stream. But I wanted to mention that to you in case you also like to make that. And I will link the tutorial that I have to these below as well. Let me catch up on the chat. Let's see. I got to scroll down through the links and stuff. Let's see. Thank you, Laura. Laura congratulating me on my weight loss. I appreciate that. Georgina wants to send the link. I'm not sure a link to what, but I'd help if I could, but I don't know. I missed that part of the conversation, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Let's see. Terry says, I love Busy. Busy makes me happy. I start out simple and then go all out of control. I understand that. Do you know how long it takes me sometimes to actually get scraps for a postcard? Most people just slap them together. No, not me. Gotta make it more difficult. Thank you, Giovanna. And Betty says, I finally got mine. Thank you. I love it. Yes, I'm glad you did, and I'm glad you loved it. Jill says, wow, that's great if you were trying. Do we need to be worried? No, I don't really know. I've had a lot of stomach issues since around Christmas time. I attribute it to that. I'm eating. I do eat. It is what it is. My blood work and everything like that is coming back fine. So, I don't know. But the good thing is they had told me I had fatty liver disease and that I needed to lose weight. So I've done it. I don't want to lose any more, but I have lost weight. So hopefully that has resolved itself. So, Thank you, Butterfly Queen. She said beautiful. Jill says, I'm left-handed, so I can't use the spiral. Oh, I never really thought about that. Interesting. But it makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, Georgina's talking about potato processing for Giovanna. Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And Lisa says, never thought of that, Jill. My hubs is a lefty. Yeah, see, I didn't either. Hi, Judith. Judith French is here. She says, hi, everyone. So glad this group is back. I've missed you all. I know. I missed everyone. It's crazy. Terry says, you woke your metabolism up, Marie. Let's hope so. It's awake. It's raring to go. Yeah, there are days where I'll feel really, really hungry and I'll make a sandwich and I can't even eat half of it. But then about an hour later, maybe or so, I'll have the other half. Or there are days like the last few days where all I have done is eat. It'll be an hour after I've eaten and I'm starving, like just hungry. So I just kind of go with it. When I'm hungry, I eat. When I'm not, I do try to every few hours have something because sometimes I just don't feel like eating and I don't want to lose more weight. So yeah. But thank you for your concern, everyone. I do appreciate that. Okay, I got this in the mail yesterday. And I receive their catalogs a lot. If you don't, you can go to their website and sign up. Okay, they'll send you the catalogs. But I was looking at it and thinking, oh, a new catalog to look at. Now I know I can go online and see the same thing, but I mean, I was born in the 1900s, you know. I like the physical catalog. But one thing I had to chuckle about and I had to show you is it says summer and fall of 2025. Shouldn't I have received this a while back? Did anyone else who's on their list, did you have yours a while back? Did you just get one? Have you not received them? Oh my. Oh, I did get. I wish this showed more. You guys remember this. I get gifted so many nice things by you guys. This says, be kind out there. The world needs more of that. And it's in all autumn colors. Anyway, so that's right there. I finally changed my letterboard. So for anyone who's listening and not looking, it says autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place. You'd think I'd get up out of this old chair. I have actually a bed pillow on this office chair, okay? It just doesn't come up high enough. It just doesn't. I'm down here like, oh, I'm a little kid. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Giovanna. She says, take care, Marie. Jill says, make sure you get enough protein. I do watch that, Jill. I appreciate that comment. And anyone out there, just make sure if you're losing weight, you do up your protein. It's so important. So important. When I feel like I'm not getting enough in my diet, though, I do a protein shake. We have the chocolate protein powder, and then I have the sugar-free Hershey syrup, which I guess I could have the sugar kind now. And I throw in bananas and almond milk and what else? I throw all, if I've got something in the kitchen, I throw it into the protein shake. Okay, let's see. Answers on the catalog. Terry says, I love their catalog. I love thumbing through it. Right? I know. And Giovanna says, I love paper to touch. Yes. And Terry got hers a month ago. And Judith got hers a while back. And Lisa says, I get all my thread. And I love shopping with them. Got my catalog August or September. Well, that's... Thank you, everyone, for letting me know. Okay? Because I didn't know if it was just odd timing and mine didn't get sent out or what. But thank you very much. And Lisa, I agree about their thread. And also, Lisa had gifted me a big spool, I guess you call it, cone of black thread. And I don't know if that's where you got it from or not. Seems to me at the time you told me, but I'm forgetful. I admit it. They have great deals on thread. They really, really do. So if you're in the market for thread, check them out. Really, check them out. I will put their link below too. Let me write that down or I'll forget it, right? Okay, Mary says the audio is glitchy. Is it glitchy for anyone else? I apologize. Georgina says, awesome sign. Yes, I love that. I absolutely love that. Terry says to Mary, refresh your browser, please. She's our online tech guru. If Terry doesn't know it, then oh, goodness. Owner says, I surely do love your laugh, Marie. It just makes me smile. Well, you're going to make me cry. Judith says, you moved and audio got glitzy. Oh, okay. Hopefully now that I'm back, it's no longer glitchy. Thank you, Georgina. Giovanna says she hears me okay. Thank you, Terry, for dropping that link in there. I appreciate that. Let's see. So I have been telling you guys that I'm going to make the sewing room curtains, and this fits the bill. This is it right here. They're going to be scrappy. I don't care what color goes together or what is side by side is what I mean. If you've been with me a while, you may have heard this story a few years ago, but I remember when Stephen from The Idiot Quilter, he had me on his channel as kind of like an interview thing, and I've said it here on my channel as well, but he had asked me, the earliest I sewed or some question like that, and I told him that I can remember that I was around 7 years old, and my great-grandmother, I used to love to go to her house, and she was a quilter, okay? People would give her clothing, like their husband didn't wear that shirt anymore or it had a stain on it. She would cut all these things up and use them. She did not waste anything, and she made these crazy quilts. Well, what she would do is cut all the fabrics into usable size pieces, and she had them in a paper bag, okay? So I'm going to say this is 1970 kind of ish. Not that that really matters, but paper bag and all. And she had a treadle sewing machine, and it was in her sunroom. I was there, and I can picture exactly where I sat on the floor, and I would reach into the bag to get her the next scrap to hand her. So after taking some, she looked down at what I was doing, and she said, oh, no, don't try to match it. That's what this is all about. You just don't want a blue with a blue or a green with a green. As long as it's different than the last piece you handed to me, I don't want you to be picky, because that's what makes a beautiful quilt. She was so right. She really was. When you're putting scraps together, to me, that's the golden rule right there. Audio issues, I don't know. Goodness. I mean, I'm almost done for the day. I don't have a lot today, but I apologize. Some people are saying the audio is fine. Other people, not so much. Terry's the best, says Giovanna. Yeah, and she helps so many people. She really does. Janice says she ordered from the catalog and it came yesterday. Okay. Let's see, Laura, audio is fine for me, just get ads every now and again. And Georgina, yes, postage stamp curtains from Last Homely House. I actually saw that, I'm going to say a couple of years ago, and I've had 4 or 5 people tell me that, and they're gorgeous. I think what I'm going to do is, like, let's say this is this big. I'm just going to square it up and put it next to the next piece. I'm not going to have seams that match. I want them to be very patchy. At least that's the thought right now. But yes, if anyone has not seen that from the Last Homely House, she has some beautiful, beautiful handmade curtains. Homemade curtains, I guess. Okay. Giovanna says, I don't believe you, Marie. You will choose and fuss with the fabric. Shh, Giovanna, don't tell on me. I love it. Oh my goodness. Hi Nancy, we're glad you're here. It's been a while. Hope you're well. Guess who Nancy is here? Terry says, Janice, are you having bad weather there? Not happening by me. And Honor says hers is good too. Well, I'm glad that, well, Terry, I did just hit the audio wire to check it right about the time you would have typed that. I kind of loosened it from the back of it and put it back into the microphone to try to get a better connection. Here I go again. So let's see, bandwidth dropping. I don't know. I apologize. Now everyone is starting in. I'm not sure, but it is raining a pour here, so I don't know. Oh, Shannon, thank you so much. She gave me a $20 super chat. Thank you so very much. Okay, I am getting an error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will, you guys are experiencing it. Thank you very much for the super chat. Honor had done that a few weeks ago, and I appreciate everything. Lynn says, we're good now. Well, that's good. I'm glad the sound is back. And Jill says they've been having warm weather in Northeast Indiana. Yeah, well, ours has been hot, but today it's chilled right off, which is perfect for me. Nancy says, we didn't have any doctor's appointments today for a change. Yeah, I know. Sometimes on a Wednesday, I'll be like, yikes, I gotta go. I try not to schedule anything for a Wednesday, but sometimes like x-rays, tests like that, can be. We do need to do our drawing. Now, I am taking this from 2 weeks ago because we did not have a What's Up Wednesday last week. So I'm using the What's Up Wednesday from 2 weeks ago to draw. Yes, it's Shannon's Little Ohio Life. Yes, thank you very much, Terry. It kind of cut that off, but I really appreciate that. Janice says the sound is fine on her phone. It was her iPad that seems to be giving trouble. Weird. Yes, that can be weird. Oh, Faye. Hi, Faye. She says it's nice in Central North Carolina. Oh, and we have Lisa with the drum rolls. Okay, so from 2 weeks ago, people who wrote fabric in the comments section below the video, now is your time. All right, let's see here. We have Ellen. Whoops, you guys can't see. Let's turn down. Ellen from G-Quats Traditions. I'm sorry you can't see that better. She is our winner of our weekly fabric giveaway from Kimberly over at myfabricaddiction.com. Her link is below. Ellen wrote, Hi Marie, I was at the post office yesterday. Regular stamps, USA, has now gone up to 78 cents. I'm still using my Forever postcard stamps, or my Forever stamps for my fabric postcards. Glad I bought a bunch a while back. Take care, Ellen. So congratulations, Ellen. And if you guys have not been to Ellen's channel, you're going to want to check it out. I will link her in the description box, so in case you haven't seen her. Terry says, oh, Auntie Ellen. Yes, and that's what she goes by. If you know her, she's Auntie Ellen. And she's as sweet as pie. So congratulations, Auntie Ellen. We're all very happy for you to win from Kimberly. She's very generous with her fabric prizes. So what I do when someone wins is after this live stream, I go to the comment that got chosen and I reply to it. So make sure if you do this that you check your notifications. Yes. Hi, June Hanson. She says hello. We're glad you're here, June. Yes. And Terry says, I watch Ellen all the time. Such fun. Yes, it is. It is. The only part I can't tolerate, because I don't do sounds, is the bell thing. I have to keep my sounds down low. Like, I have a friend who lives across the way, and she has a little dog, and every time someone comes to her door, or the FedEx guy is out there or whatever, the dog barks. Now, it's in her apartment, but the window's open. That just kills me. I can't tolerate sounds like that. So things like bells and things like that. But speaking of Aunt Ellen, I used to watch her like all the time, and other YouTubers as well. But then I started watching, like, listening to audiobooks and things on YouTube. And now I find out that I miss things. Like, let's take Terry. I always pick on Terry, but I am subscribed to Terry's channel. My notifications are set for all, okay? So I should get a notification that Terry has posted a new video, but I don't. Once in a while, I get one. And that's not just Terry's channel. That's Mona's, that's Deb, that's Quilting in the Country, that's anyone, okay? So I'm wondering lately if it's not just, how do I want to put this? They see that I'm watching other types of content so that they're not pushing the notifications that I should be getting. That's, if that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm wondering. Terry says, Ellen says that she sometimes watches from the bushes, sounds like her, because she's in her garden. I love it. That is so her. Giovanna says, that happens to me too, Marie. Yes, and you know, I have heard of people being unsubscribed from channels. That had never really happened to me, and it's not that I didn't believe the people, but I was thinking, well, you know, maybe their niece was on there or some kid was on there and they unsubscribed them, or maybe whatever. No. YouTube unsubscribes people because there are channels that I was subscribed to that I am no longer subscribed to, because when I see one of their videos, I go and look, and it's the oddest thing. As well as the group. Now, I have a dear friend of mine who was not, like, I have the Facebook group. Nobody, actually the only 2 or 3 people that were ever banned from the group were bots, and we can go in there, us admins can go in there and see the names of people who were deleted. Well, it's not even people. Accounts that were deleted. She's not one of them. She didn't leave the group voluntarily, but she's no longer a member. And because we can't figure out how to even invite people anymore because they changed how they do it, it will say invite with link, but you try to do it and it gives you error messages. But anyway, enough about technology, but suffice it to say that things are weird, and with YouTube, the notifications, they're changing things, okay? I think they're getting in there and they're putting their grubby little hands in there trying to see if things work a different way. You know, like, should we change this or that? And we're like little guinea pigs out here trying to navigate our way around. Yeah. Terry says, I think if you don't click on the ones you're subscribed to, they stop pushing their videos through. Well, that could be true, Terry, and it makes sense, but normally what I would do, like, I'm going to pick on you again. Let's say that when I saw your notification, I didn't have time to watch right then. I would click that down arrow and click, I have a video playlist called Watch Later, and I would click Watch Later. So you would think that because I'm saving it, they would think I'm interested, but you know, you could be 100% correct because you are the tech guru. Okay, Cherry says, I'm having internet issues myself today. Mine wants to be slow. Yeah. You know, I got up this morning at 3 o'clock. I slept in till almost 3 o'clock. I woke up because normally I have the TV playing all night. I have different things I listen to. I woke up and it was silent. The internet was out. So when I went downstairs, we unplugged it from the wall because it's, well, not really unplugged. You can just shut the power strip off. Plugged it back in about 5 minutes later. Nothing. Now I could see that all my neighbors in the apartments near me, their Wi-Fi is up. Ours isn't even listed. And it took 4 times. And then when we got it, we left it unplugged for about 15 minutes. So I'm not sure what was up with that, but that was kind of crazy. I was going to call Spectrum from my cell phone, but I didn't have their number, and I couldn't Google it because I didn't have any Wi-Fi with which to Google it. Let's see. Giovanna says, so they don't have to pay them. Yeah. Crystal, hi Crystal. She says, it is odd, and I've missed you. I have missed everyone. You know, I took 5 weeks off, and then, like last week, I took off, but I had been back for a few weeks at that point. But thank you, and I'm so glad to have you here. We're glad to have you here. And I love the little pink glove wave. Honor says, my daughter-in-law has unsubscribed me from a few fabric sites, such as So Yeah, but I fixed it. I'm sure, Honor. I'm sure you fixed it. You've got that blue wrench. You can fix anything, right? Terry says, some YouTubers are saying that people are worried about them because they haven't posted a video, but they are doing all the same number of videos. YouTube is up to something. I agree. And I know I've been talking about Terry's channel. When she was foiling the sewing machines, right around the time that she was putting foil on the vintage sewing machines, I was getting all the notifications. It didn't matter what she did, I got all the notifications, She put up videos just recently over the past few months. I have not had anything from her. I haven't had anything from Mona. I bet you from Mona Did What, it's easily been 6 months. And I can go visit them, and you would think that it would bring back those notifications, but it doesn't. And when I go there, when I think, oh, I haven't heard from, a video from Terry in a while, or Mona, you go to their channel and you check, and it says subscribed, and then when you click the bell notification, it says all, because they have all personalized, they have all these different ways you can receive notifications. Now, there are channels that I don't put all. It might be, let's say, a political thing. I'm very political. I don't bring that onto my YouTube channel, but I watch news and I watch a lot of political type videos. But let's say it's that. I don't have it set to all. I have it set to personalized. But it used to work correctly, as we've all been saying. It used to, but they're messing with something. They truly are. Terry's getting picked on, says Giovanna. Yes. Hi, Peggy Lee. Hello to you. Okay, I got to catch up with the chat here really quick. Terry says, can you Google on your phone? I can't because I don't have a Wi-Fi. I don't have a data plan. I only pick up Wi-Fi. If I'm out with my phone, I have to pick up like Walmart Wi-Fi or whatever. I don't have a plan on my phone. So when our home internet goes out, we don't have anything. Terry says, Giovanna, if it picks off some fat, I'm okay with being picked on. And Giovanna told Honor, she's talking about her niece, she did it for your own good. She says, I know, I've converted her inheritance into fabric. That's a good one. And Giovanna says, and that's why I have different companies for my phone and the internet of the house. Yeah, see, that wouldn't do me any good. I'm on a friend's phone plan, so I get a really cheap, other than the payment on my phone, I pay $18 a month for my phone, like for the service. And we don't have a home phone to pay for. But because I'm on my friend's, and she has her and her boyfriend, and then me and my husband, she gets the data, whatever it is. But to put me on, it would be more than I'd be willing to pay. And because I don't leave the house very often, I really don't ever use it. And if I really, really needed it, I could go out on the porch and pick up my friend across the way, the one with the adorable little pup. I could pick up her Wi-Fi if I needed to. You know, it would be a little bit glitchy, but I could get it. Let's see. Hi, Gisela. She says, hello, Marie, and everyone in the chat. We're glad to see you. Yes, so many nice faces to see today. Well, I say faces to see. Names that we haven't seen, because we always have our regulars who, you know, we all just love to get together and chat. Every single one of us love it. But it's always nice to, you know, see a name that we don't see all the time, or that we used to see all the time. So it's always good. Thank you so much. Honor. Seriously, I know you're right, and I'm happy for your noticing that was her intention about talking about the niece. It was funny. Okay. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that more than you know. More than you know. Honor says, I pay $25 a month for unlimited data, text, and talk with Visible. I don't know what that is. We have U.S. Cellular. We have a few up here. The problem is, like, people will come up here from out of state and they can't get a signal because there's no towers that carry their whatever you want to call it. I hear about that a lot. Like, you guys don't have anything up here. It's like, no, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how any of that works, but I do know that people will get in the area. And, the other thing that happens, get this. Let's pick on Honor. Let's say Honor comes up to visit me, okay? She gets up here and she uses her phone. And then a few weeks later, when she's at home, she gets an astronomical cell phone bill. And this has happened to people. Because there's no tower here, okay? But I've always said you could throw a rock to New Brunswick, Canada from my doorstep. We're very close to Canada. And they sometimes have the cell phone towers that we don't. And so these people who come to visit are doing international calls. Get this. Oh my land. I can't even imagine what the bill would be. Giovanna says, I pay €30 a month on the house phone and $5.99 cell phone per month. Illuminated gigs. Lynn, gone again, streaming. Gisela, Marie, it's hard since we are in a different time zone sometimes. Oh, and I understand that. I had said that earlier. I appreciate anyone here on a different time zone. I really do appreciate that. Lynn says, is there something going on with the sun, right? Honor, it may be available in your area. It might be, but I'm kind of locked in on my friend's plan, and I just started paying on this phone. And that's the other thing. The last phone that I had paid off through U.S. Cellular, I couldn't take anywhere else. They told me I could, and all these Google places that, oh yeah, this is what you do, A, B, C, and D. None of it worked. I wanted my husband to be able to use the phone that I had paid off, but then I got a new one a while later. I wanted him to be able to use it on a different, cheaper plan through somebody else, and couldn't do it. I was so mad. I was so mad. Oh, hi, Sherry Rose. Good to have you here. I'm just getting ready to go pretty quick here, but I say hello. And Giovanna said she can go all over Europe with her contract. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I pay, like I said, I pay $20 a month for the phone to pay off the phone itself. And then just under that for my husband and I to have our cell phones. His phone's paid off, but his was a cheaper phone, so his was only like $6.99 a month or something like that. But we don't have a house phone or anything, so that is. Audrey, Nana Preps. I just wanted to say I received my gift from you and my fabric addiction. It was awesome. Thank you both. Well, I would like to take credit for that, Audrey, but it was all Kimberly, and you are very welcome. I do apologize. About 4 days ago, she sent me your tracking number before she was getting ready to go on a trip, I think a fabric buying trip. And I forgot to email you, but I'm so glad that you received it, whether you had the tracking or not, and I'm sure that you love your gift, because we were just talking earlier, and I say it every time. She's very generous with her weekly gifts, and we're so thankful to her for supporting our little corner of YouTube, right? But so glad you received it. This week's winner, her name is Auntie Ellen, and she has a channel called G Quats Traditions. She does a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's always interesting, and she is a sweetheart. She just is a sweetheart. Okay, let's see. Gisela is talking, her and Giovanna are talking about where they are. Okay, well, I think that's all I have. I'm surprised I lasted an hour, because I figured after we did the drawing for the fabric, we'd be done. But, motor mouth. I have some chicken in the crock pot. Nothing serious, nothing hard. I just put some chicken thighs in there, frozen this morning, and a can of cream of chicken soup. And then about an hour before it's done, I will go slice an onion really thick and throw it all over the top. Hubby and I both love onions. And then I was thinking some scallop potatoes. I have some cheese in the fridge I need to use up, and even though it's not enough, I don't always use cheese. I know scallop potatoes, a lot of people like the cheese, but my grandmother used to make scallop potatoes with just layers of, her milk, flour, and spices. She'd have those all mixed, but she'd put, potatoes, pats of butter, a layer of onions. I'm using my hands. Layer of onions, this and that. So a little bit of cheese, hey, it works. I've been trying to use up not just freezer, but a lot of times, because we eat leftovers, but sometimes there'll be a little bit of this or a little bit of that in the refrigerator, and it'll get a day or two, and then I'll be like, I should have used that. So the last week or two, I have really been cracking down on that, because prices are extremely expensive. For instance, my husband's coffee, because I don't drink coffee, but we buy the Walmart brand. It says Donut Shop. And the last time that we bought the big can, which does last him a while, but the last time we bought it, it was, I believe, $9.87 or $9.97, right around there. And it's just about $15 now. So, you got to watch everything. And Terry says, yay, Marie, an hour. I know, right? Hi, Maritza. How are you? Terry says, it is a fun time. We like to talk. Chat as well. I know we do. Honor says, good to see you, Motor Mouth. I love it. Oh, goodness. Let's see, Gisela, I cooked pea soup yesterday, and today 16 gallons, no more soup. Yikes, wow. Giovanna doesn't have an oven anymore as it broke. Yikes. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. Audrey says, I only cook for one and always have leftover. I know. It's just hubby and I now. And after having 8 kids, I used to cook for a crowd. So it's so hard to tamp it down and just cook for a few. But, and now we eat less, too. Like one chicken thigh, we share that. Because other than that, we've got, a couple of vegetables. I'll cook, like, let's say the scallop potatoes and the chicken, and then I'll cook like broccoli and peas or something like that, and then we always have sliced cheese or something like that. So it doesn't take very much meat. But anyway, okay. Thank you for hanging out with me. It was a great chat. Thank you to everyone who sent me my Happy Mail, and I will fix those links in the description box. And thank you, Terry, for letting me pick on you. Thank you again to my mods. I really appreciate you ladies and all your help. Thank you to each and every one of you. You all contribute to this. Thank you to those of you out there listening or watching the replay. And as I said, I am going to double down and try to do a sew-in chat this weekend, okay? So until next time, take care, and remember, be kind out there. The world needs more of that. And I'll see you next time, whenever that is. All right?